This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by GameFly. Wee, 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 wee. Is that a fire truck? No, it's Nintendo's new console, the Wii U. Also, crazy, nasty-ass Far Cry 3 is blowing up monkeys with bombs, seriously, and everyone is mad about Bayonetta 2, and Fuse, and everything else on the internet, except for us, because we're having fun, because it's Friday on Destructoid Live right now. Go.
Welcome to Destructoid. I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville.
Happy Friday.
It is a nice Friday.
You forgot the coming up on Destructoid.
No,
how are people going to know
I left it out
that
because
we're
I was so
about
excited about the fire truck noise.
Yeah.
There was no fire, guys. That was the name of a console that I said several times.
There probably was a fire somewhere in the world.
There probably was.
Yeah, so the Wii U, huh?
That's exciting.
That's
you know what's more exciting?
No?
We got a contest.
Oh, right, yeah,
We got prizes. We do this every Friday, Terry. I think you remember by now.
I'm sorry.
We have prizes for you. It's presents that you can have because we like you. In honor of today's release of Joe Danger 2, the movie. That's actually a video game, not a movie. Misleading title. We're going to be giving out 3 XBLA codes for Joe Danger Special Edition. In case you are unfamiliar, Joe Danger is like a racing, platforming hybrid, and it was almost universally loved, except for one guy in the back. Destructoid gave it a 9 out of 10, and it is the perfect thing to get you ready for Joe Danger. I think it actually unlocks some costumes for Joe Danger 2. So to win, all you have to do is just go on Twitter and just type the following: I'm watching @Dtoid Show live on www.youtube.com/Dtoid for a chance to win Joe Danger SE on XBLA. So just go and do that, open up a new tab in your browser or whatever, and then we will announce the winners at the end of the show.
Destructoid actually gave Joe Danger, the one we're giving out codes for, a 10 out of 10.
Hot damn.
They gave the sequel a 9 out of 10, so batting 2 for 2 right there.
Wow, that's a lot of good news.
A lot of numbers there.
You could win a good game.
Yeah.
Good Lord. So, yeah, we've got a ton of news about the Wii U to talk about, which people have been waiting for ages, but not as long as they've been waiting for Black Mesa, which is the Half-Life, the first one, remake, done in the Source engine that's been in the works for years. People have been waiting for this almost as long as they've been waiting for Half-Life 3, so just, you can go and get it. It is out now for free to download onto the computers.
I made fun of it the other day, but I actually am kind of excited to play this because I went back and tried to play the first one again, and I gotta say, it doesn't hold up that well visually. It's really hard to look at.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough.
I'm excited about this.
That did come out like 14 years ago, so. Hey,
is true.
14-year-olds,
Yeah.
good news. There's a remake of a game that came out when you were like a little baby.
So obviously the big news this week, besides Black Mesa and other things, is the Wii U. After months of patiently waiting, we finally got a price and release date. According to Nintendo, it'll be out in North America first before everyone else, because we're special, on November 18th, and they'll have 2 packages to choose from. The basic one, which is priced at $299 and comes with 8 gigs of storage. That, as far as I know, is only available in the white currently. And they're also offering a deluxe set, which is priced at $349, and that includes a black Wii U, along with 32 gigs of memory, stands for both the console and the controller, as well as a copy of Nintendo Land. And of course, both of those sets come standard with the gamepad, as well as AC adapters, a Wii U sensor bar, and an HDMI cable. Again, this is for North America only. The system won't be out until November 30th for Europe and Australia, and it'll be out in Japan on December 8th. The prices in those continents will vary depending on what retailer you purchase it at, or countries. I guess Japan's a country. But the Wii U games are going to be priced at $60, pretty much flat. Obviously, they'll vary depending on the specific titles, but $60 will be the basic one, and then original Wii games will be priced at $49.99.
Unless you're in Donkey Kong Country, in which case they will be, 60 bananas or 50 bananas, depending. Sorry, carry on.
Also, if you're considering ordering the deluxe edition just because it has more storage space, you should know that the Wii U is going to have a USB port capable of attaching an external hard drive to. So that extra $50 you're spending for the deluxe version might be better spent on just buying a 500 gig external hard drive, since those are like 50 or 60 bucks now anyway, unless you really want the black color or the copy of Nintendo Land. That was a joke. Nobody wants Nintendo Land.
I love that they're like, hey, adults, a console for your adult-looking living room. If you have to pay an extra $50 if you want it to look like your other consoles.
I don't understand why they ascribe a certain color to a storage size. Like, why not just offer both in each
because people will pay more for something that doesn't look like that. So
Yeah, but maybe people want the white one.
maybe they do. That's great for them. They save some money, you know? Maybe they want the storage space too. Who knows? A new console is exciting and everything, but it's just a console, which is dumb and useless without games, and Nintendo is actually covering their asses pretty well. They've got a launch lineup of 50 titles. However, they have taken some liberties with the definition of what a launch title is, as those 50 games are all being released within a launch window sometime between November and March.
That's like half a year.
That is like a quarter and a half in terms of financial money things. Now, a lot of these we knew about. Obviously, there's Assassin's Creed 3, there's Aliens Colonial Marines, there's Zombie U, there's the Rayman Legends, and there's Skylanders Giants. I guess, did we know about that? I don't know. I kind of assumed. There's a dancing dumb game, whatever. This is Wii games, whatever. You know, the car with the Sonic the Hedgehog in it. So I'm not going to go and list all these. However, Nintendo has confirmed that 20 of them will be available at launch. I have a list of them right there. Just Google the 20 Nintendo Wii U launch titles, because they're mostly ones we've heard of, and there's not really a whole lot of surprises out there. However, there were a few new announcements, albeit sort of expected ones. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is going to be available on November 13th alongside, that's what we think is happening. It's coming out for the 13th for PS3 and 360, and word on the street is it might be available for the Wii U at that date too, so you can all line up with all your fellow Call of Duty fans and argue about which system is best. But that features a variety of controller setups, including 2-player split screen with one player using the Wii U gamepad and the other one using the TV, which I think is actually really cool. You can play the game using the Wii U and Nunchuck, the Classic Controller Pro, or the Wii U Controller Pro. Though I don't know that's so many controllers. So you could probably play it with like a Guitar Hero controller. I don't even know. But it's kind of cool. They're all compatible when one person's using the TV too. So if you want to, if mom and dad want to watch Cheers or whatever parents watch, I don't know, you can just take the gamepad and play it on the little screen. And if you're playing on the TV too, you can use the touch screen to call in point streaks and select loadouts. Jonathan Holmes, who's like the least Call of Duty playing person I've ever met, he played with it and he actually sounded pretty positive, said it looked really smooth when he was playing on the screen. I will say the local split screen sounds very cool, and I could see this being a thing that dads do with their kids when mom's not around to complain about the violence in the game, or if you live in a progressive family, mom plays too, or I don't know. But the portability of the Wii U gamepad has not been given like proper experimentation yet. However, a Nintendo rep told Holmes that you should be able to go into the next room unless you live in like a giant mansion. So you could theoretically go into the kitchen while playing Call of Duty and make a grilled cheese, or you could just take the Call of Duty into the bathroom while the other Call of Duty is happening. You're taking a crap. But if you really are like a true American, you could make a grilled cheese on a hot plate in the bathroom while taking a shit. So playing Call of Duty.
I remember asking the PR chick about that at some Nintendo event recently for the Wii U, and I was like, could I take this into the bathroom with me? And she just gave me a dirty look. So,
right? Yeah, that's weird. Also announced is Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, and the fact that Platinum Games' Project P100 has been renamed to the Wonderful 101. So they added a Dalmatian there or something. But hey, speaking of Platinum Games, you know what else is going to be on the Wii U? Bayonetta 2. Let's come back to that.
Yes,
Tara, your turn.
Let's do that. So backwards compatibility is obviously a big issue whenever a new console comes out. When it comes to the Wii U, there's good news and there's bad yet unsurprising news as well. According to Nintendo, you will be able to transfer all of your old Virtual Console and WiiWare games over to the Wii U, but the original Wii that you bought them on will need to be physically present for that to happen. A Nintendo rep said, quote, Wii U owners can wirelessly transfer content such as Mii's and WiiWare and Virtual Console games to their Wii U systems. Both systems will need to be connected to the internet, and the Wii U will need an SD card to facilitate this transfer. So this is pretty much the same way you transfer games between the DS and the 3DS, and then the 3DS and the 3DS XL. They claim that that whole process has been received positively by consumers. But yeah, as long as you weren't planning on trading that Wii in to buy a Wii U, which is a thing that a lot of people are probably thinking about doing.
Who would trade in their Wii? It's a great system to own.
Why not have both? Yeah, GameStop is taking pre-orders for the Wii U now, and if you place your order by September 23rd, you have the option to trade in your old system for a discount. Right now, they're giving $140 in credit to anyone who turns in a slim PS3. They're also offering $115 if you trade in an original PS3 or a slim Xbox 360. And then trading in a 3DS or a PlayStation Vita will get you $90 towards the purchase of a Wii U. Last but not least, you can trade in your old Wii and get $50 towards the purchase of a Wii U, which is not bad considering a new Wii is like $100 or something insanely cheap right now. But as I said, you won't be able to transfer your old digital content over if you do that. So as always, just think before you pre-order.
What about a finger? How much can you get for a finger? Not one of your fingers, but if let's say you had some fingers lying around.
That's probably a disease risk. So
what if it's in a baggie?
They'll kick you out and never let you back in the store.
What if it's like a really hood GameStop and you could just go in there and be like, hey.
Maybe.
What if there's jewelry on the finger?
Try it out.
Okay,
Give it a shot.
I'm gonna just, my weird, just black market Wii U trade-ins.
People saying.
So, if the internet's wacky, crazy buzz machine is any indication of what's hands down the biggest, most anticipated Wii U game, I would have to say that it, well, not exactly, sort of, but the one they're talking about is Bayonetta 2. It is the sequel to Platinum Games' extremely weird 2009 action game, and it was announced as a Wii U exclusive in spite of the fact that the original game was released for PS3 and 360. So, all we've got to go on so far in terms of the actual game is a teaser trailer, which really doesn't show a whole lot, except there's some feathers and some bullets and some magic, sort of, and then there's like a sword and some high-heeled shoes with guns on them, and it's like a Bayonetta 2 teaser trailer. It looks exactly like what you'd expect. But that hasn't stopped the internet from kicking up a big old butthurt fanboy shitstorm. Normally the news of a sequel is exciting, but in the case of Bayonetta 2, everyone's really mad that it's going to be a Wii U exclusive. Sega published the first game, but Nintendo is going to be publishing the sequel, so the chances of ever seeing it show up on a PS3 or 360 later are pretty unlikely, unless maybe Nintendo starts doing third-party stuff. I can dream. Bayonetta fans, want to go out. They could want to go out and buy a Wii U, except they don't because they've chosen instead to renounce their faith for Platinum Games. Some fans are so upset they've announced plans to kill themselves and also to kick a dolphin in its vagina.
Why
I'm not
are you
even
taking
making
it
that
on
up.
the dolphin?
I don't know. That's like a weird. That's like
mean.
the most like Tourette'sy hyperbole I've ever heard. It's just like dolphins.
I want to hurt an innocent animal.
Yeah. So there was like a long just slew of tweets of just people just freaking out over like Bayonetta 2. Platinum Games actually released a statement commenting on this, explaining that they believe the console market is in a state of upheaval. No shit, it's between generations, and they want to see Bayonetta as a brand reach the hands of new gamers around the world. The press release goes on to praise Nintendo, saying, along with their new hardware, Nintendo as a company is dedicated to establishing a new future for the games industry, as you can tell by their record of passionate support for gaming. As you can tell by all the games for the Wii that came out in the last year. Anyway, so, there you go. Internet's really mad about something, and I can really see where they're coming from. But at the same time, it also totally makes sense for Platinum Games. They want their game to be published by Nintendo, who is a very...
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why only Nintendo? Like, they must have offered them a really sweet deal to have that game exclusively on the Wii U.
Well, they're coming from having Sega as a publisher, so...
I mean, obviously they like the Wii U. They got Project P, or I guess the Wonderful 101 on there now, which works for the Wii U, I think. Bayonetta, not so sure.
Well,
I see why people are angry.
We've seen the trailer where she's just like doing some bullet time stuff with bullets everywhere. I don't know. Personally, this is so weird for me because I wasn't like paying attention to games really much when Bayonetta came out, so that just completely that was one of my dark periods where I was really poor.
Yeah.
And watching Bayonetta footage just makes me think of like when my mom calls me while I'm drunk, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna get in trouble. I just really am uncomfortable. It's weird, She's like a witch made out of hair.
I find I have to be drunk in order to call my parents.
And then everyone's like, but she's a strong female lead. And I'm like, and then she pole dances during the credits. So Bayonetta, there you go.
Some people are asking, or some people have some questions. Let's see. Somebody said, wait, hold on. Where's that one? I just saw it. Somebody asked what Wii U games. Okay, Solo the Cyberpunk asked, any Wii U title you were excited about? Aside Rayman. Honestly, Rayman's the only launch title that I'm really excited about because all the other games are games that have either already come out on other consoles or will come out concurrently on other consoles. Rayman is the only one I've seen that actually uses the Wii U's features in a really cool and inventive way. So, I mean, I'm sure things will come along eventually, the Wonderful 101, for example, but that's not even a launch title according to this list. So.
Lego City Undercover. That's the only one I care about, and it's not enough to make me want to shell out, $300.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Are you excited? Are you getting a Wii U at launch ever? Let us know in the comments.
Are we getting Wii U's? Are we gonna get a Wii U? Are you gonna get a Wii U?
We'll have a Wii U among the
I think it's your
two of
turn
us.
because you bought the 3DS, and then I bought
wanted the 3DS.
I bought a Vita. I wanted the Vita. I'm still waiting for games to come out for the Vita, so maybe cross that bridge first. Your turn. You have to buy a Wii U.
Yeah.
I'm not buying one. You go for that.
Fine.
Okay.
You already
let's take a word from our sponsor.
Let's do that. Let's face it, guys, video games are an expensive habit, and that's why you need to get on board with GameFly. With plans starting at only $15.95 a month, members can choose from a catalog of over 8,000 games for whatever console or handheld you own. They've even got an unlimited PC play plan that lets you play hundreds of PC games all for free. Members can rent 1 to 4 games at a time and keep them for as long as they like. There are no late fees, no due dates, and shipping is always free. Once you're done playing a game, just send it back and GameFly will send you the next available game on your list. And if you fall in love with your game, the game you're playing, and you want to own it all to yourself, no problem. Just click Keep It on the GameFly website and the game is yours at a discounted price. GameFly will even mail you the case and manuals free of charge. That sounds like something you might be interested in? Head over to gamefly.com/Destructoid and we will hook you up with a 15-day free trial because we love you so much. And also, video games are really expensive.
They are. Actually, cool thing about GameFly is they also sell used games. I got an email from there, and it's just like you can get a bunch of games for super cheap. So if renting's not your speed, go check that out too. Now, okay, I would like to direct everyone to the best trailer for Far Cry 3. I know, they've had some pretty good ones, but this one is the best. Ubisoft hired Randall of the crazy, nasty-ass Honey Badger viral video fame to narrate this one, and normally I'm against hiring YouTube celebrities to do anything besides walking into the ocean to drown, present company excluded, but I've got to make an exception here. Randall riffing over a bunch of Far Cry footage would be entertaining enough, but this is all pulled from a pre-order bonus content pack called Monkey Business, which introduces players to Herc, who is an NPC who gives players 4 little bonus quests and 2 multiplayer humiliations, all of which involve monkeys with bombs on them. It is a bonus thing, I repeat, just monkey bombs. You put the bombs on the monkeys, and also the trailer confirms that there's marijuana farming in Far Cry 3.
Nice.
So if you're into that sort of thing, I don't know, some of you are in college. See, there it is, just a whole bunch of pot that you can shoot with a gun. So if you really hate drugs and want to shoot them with a machine gun, you can do that.
I'll have one pot, please.
Monkeys and pot weeds, and what you do is you pre-order this from GameStop and you get this thing. I really hate pre-order bonuses because you get that weird kind of like, you have to choose something and it's just, but the monkey bombs, what do I do? Ah!
No, God, that thing is terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, so that was a story we added at the very end of writing
today's get rid of that
episode.
right now. All right, I'm going to talk about something completely different. You guys might recall on Wednesday's episode, I let off a little bit of steam at Insomniac Games for turning their once colorful and unique shooter Overstrike into a generic poo pile of gray and brown, now titled Fuse.
Wow.
Well, today we've gotten our first real footage of Fuse in action, and it looks pretty much exactly like what I just described it as. Not in so many words, but granted, I'm speaking purely about the art direction here. I know that they've changed some other aspects of the game and made the whole thing a little bit more serious in its overtone. But for all I know, the gameplay could be fantastic. I mean, there are dudes getting liquefied in the trailer, so yeah, I still have hope for this game. Of course, as gamers, we love to form opinions about things regardless of whether or not we've actually seen them. Case in point, Bayonetta 2. So I have done the Lord's work here and chosen some comments from the Destructoid community.
Oh, they're a cheerful bunch.
Yeah, they really are. You know what? They're better than some other commenting collectives. I won't name names. So yeah, if you guys have anything to say, please leave your piece in the chat and I will sift through them in a second, or Max will while I'm talking. First up, Destructoid user Pernstuna, I think that's a typo, said about the makeover, okay, I just checked and literally no one is happy about this. Everyone's disappointed, including me. Rest in peace, Insomniac.
Maybe it's rip in peace. Maybe they want us to rip into pieces.
Oh, yeah, maybe, but probably not.
I'm grasping.
All right, I'm sure there's some slightly more factual comments in there. Here we go. Destructoid user Stealth Master said, quote, Insomniac is part of EA's Partners program. This means that Insomniac owns the IP and is 100% in charge of everything. Knowing this is even more depressing. Well, there you have it. Community member Bishna, on the other hand, had one of the more positive comments. He said, quote, "Yeah, I'm super disappointed with the style change too. I really loved the more light-hearted Spy Buddies theme. That having been said, if I pretend that Overstrike never existed, this trailer is pretty rad."
Yeah.
That's pretty much exactly how I feel. So, you don't...
I mean, if Overstrike never existed, I feel like we never would have talked about this.
The trailer?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it's got
It's
a
super
pretty
dumb.
interesting
It's
gimmick. Like I
super
said,
dumb.
we need to see more. What else is in there? Random Bullseye just posted a picture of a dog cleaning up its own poo. So there's that.
I'd rather play a game based on that dog.
Yeah.
That's a great dog. Look at that.
And Mr. Mew just wrote the words "fuck everything." So.
God.
Yeah.
Wow, people are really not happy about that.
Yeah, that's Fuse, everyone.
Yeah. Well, we got some comments from the chat here. Let's see. Apparently, our producer wants me to say that he loves YouTube celebrities, especially those that are partners with the Revision 3 network. Oh, I meant to say not go into the ocean to drown, but go into the ocean to see beautiful coral reefs.
Ah, and be at peace with the world.
Yes, to see the beautiful clownfish playing amongst the reefs.
Yes.
Is that better? Is that okay? Am I fired?
Are we fired?
All right.
Okay. What do you guys think about the Fuse footage, by the way? I know we're all bitching about it on Wednesday,
Nibs
but...
Videos says Overstrike looks stupid, Fuse looks cool. Fair enough.
Interesting. I'm sure there are lots of people who feel that way.
By that logic, Overstrike looks stupid, every other game looks cool that we've ever seen. Every shooter. Bruised Leaf says, why was it that they changed the art from the game? I don't know.
Why did they change
Why
it?
did they change? I don't know, it's a mystery.
I don't know. They, like I said on Wednesday's show, Homestead did an interview with the people, and they were like, oh yeah, we went away from the Spy Buddies theme and into the whole Fuse thing, because that was cooler. But they never actually explained the change in art style, so I don't know.
They just threw down a smoke bomb and they were like,
Yeah.
whoa, would you look at that? There's smoke everywhere. Somebody should do something about all this smoke. Sorry, what was your question? When's it coming out? Oh, we'll have that soon for you. I don't know, PR. So you guys, did you hear about the Nintendo Wii U? Yeah? Well, too bad, because I'm not done talking about it.
Oh, God.
Shut your mouth. We're going to talk about the Wii U some more. Yeah, you ready? Okay. So I was going through the list of launch window season titles. Launch season, sure. It occurred to me that a bunch of them are just like totally random, weird new IPs or possible shovelware baby games. So reading this list, some of the games just sounded made up. They just sounded like you asked grandma to name a video game and it didn't work. So I decided that I should do box art for them because some of them didn't even have a box art. They're just mysterious. And also some of them, they sounded so dumb, I didn't even bother to look for box art or do any research because it's Friday. Screw you. So let's look at these dumb Photoshops I made because it's funny. First up, we've got Sing Party. We saw that briefly in the trailer, but I think this one looks better. Why is the I lowercase? Because it's an I Sing Party. I don't know. Look at those happy, sad boys.
They look so upset.
Yeah.
That was one in the middle especially.
Yeah.
Hates his life.
There's a whole skill tree for being castrato and having the high voice and wearing robes and things. Next up, I love this one. This one's great. Sports Connection. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's obscene.
Aren't you turned on now? What's going on? Why is she holding two balls? That's not how you play basketball. Even I know that. But really, apparently it's actually ESPN Sports Connection, which makes it sound so much less like a dating site. Next, we've got Nano Assault Neo. Now, apparently Nano Assault was a 3DS game where you play as like, what do you call it? Like germs or something? It's like microcosm space, macro space, I don't know. I like my idea better, because it's just a bunch of beetles in space and there's a keyboard. And this is like they gave a third grader a bunch of crayons and then adapted the crayon drawing into Photoshop. So I don't know, I think that's a cool idea. Now we've got, and I'm not even making this up, this is the name of the game's title, I can't believe it, Family Party. And then it's Family Party, and then in colon, I actually wrote 50 there, but it's 30 Great Games Obstacle Parade. That sounds like a game that I would make up. It isn't.
That doesn't even make sense grammatically.
No, it doesn't. It seriously sounds like Max Scoville's Fantasy Beach Sex Island.
Also, where's the ceiling to that house?
That was me photoshopping it so that it looked depressing.
I'm gonna blame Nintendo.
Seriously, it sounds like a David Sedaris book. Family Party. You know, 30 great obstacles. Yeah, the last boss is dad's drinking problem. Now, finally, this is probably the best one. This is easily the best one. I don't know what this game is about. I'm just gonna cover my ears and pretend I don't know what this game is about. I don't know what this game is about, but it was announced. It's gonna be the best game for the Wii U. I lied about Lego City Undercover. Funky Barn.
Wow.
That's the name of a game. Funky, Funky Barn. Look at how funky that barn is. Why is there a shoe on the name of the game? I don't know, because I don't know what this game is about, so I just put a bunch of dumb shit in Photoshop.
You know what that reminds me of?
What does that remind you of?
They have things in Texas called party barns, which are drive-through liquor stores, where it's actually a barn, and you drive through it, you don't get out of your car, people will just bring alcohol to you, and then you drive out of the barn.
Literally
like
the only thing that would make that story better is if there were farm animals that would bring you liquor. When you were in the barn, like a goat would come over and just like, bah! And just put like a bunch of beer in your car.
And then
just
the
like
goat gets
throw
drunk.
up vodka over your car. I don't know. But that idea is less stupid than the idea for Funky Barn, I think. I don't know. I'm just gonna not pay attention to Funky Barn until it comes out, and then I'm just gonna play it, because it's going to be the best game ever. I lied about when I said Nintendo Lego City Undercover is the only game. I want Funky Barn too. Also, Nintendo, hire me, because I have great ideas for games, the best ideas.
And he knows Photoshop.
Yeah, I know Photoshop too. Anyway, we're getting, what did we do today? What is this show about? I don't know.
Let's announce the contest winners,
That sounds like a good idea. Who won this thing?
All right, Xelubist, Elect Nigma, and Kiss My Feet. I'm not going to do that. Those are the winners. We will get in touch with you on Twitter and send you your codes very soon. And on that note, I'm afraid that is all the time we have for today's show. Big thanks to everyone who tuned in live and participated in the chat, especially the people who asked us questions and answered our questions.
Chat is the French word for cat, actually.
Yes.
Only they say it different because they got weird voices. Yeah.
They say it like shat.
That's interesting.
I think, like S-H-A-T. So I already mentioned this on Wednesday's show, but in case you guys missed it, we will not be having a regular studio episode on Monday. Max and our producer Zach will be jet-setting across the country for some secret video game reconnaissance.
Doing some Funky Barn research.
Yes, exactly.
Gonna check out some funky old barns.
Indeed.
So what are we doing on Monday instead of a show?
So instead of a show, we will be posting my Borderlands 2 review, which is undoubtedly more important than anything that you and I could have discussed on this show.
Yep.
That's going up late Monday night, so yeah, look out for that. It's gonna be good. The review's gonna be awesome.
Get excited.
Yeah.
You should probably watch that.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, you should follow us on Twitter. She's Tara Longest. I'm Max Scoville, and together we are the Detoid Show, which is where things get posted. You should follow all these things, because it's like having us in your lives.
It's like
in your
having
cell
a
phone in your
funky
pocket.
barn on your computer
it's a whole
every day.
funky barn of game journalism. Anyway, you guys have a safe and happy weekend. Do not drive through any barns hoping there's liquor inside, because it's probably just farm animals.
Yeah.
And be safe, be happy, and I'll see you guys next
Get
week.
plenty of rest, and go wish A. Carboni a happy birthday on Twitter. It's
Anthony
Anthony's birthday.
Carboni is turning 17.
Yeah.
Go wish him a happy quinceañera. We'll see you guys next week.